Don't be friends with such a stingy person, because he can't even buy you noodles. He won't even give you a slice of oil. And then I can pretend to be generous to fool you. Wang Qinian said it's delicious, mainly because of his soup. All the others are burdens for you. Let me remove them. Come and eat while it's hot. But before they finished, Unico found Fan Xian with his men. His Majesty's orders. It's urgent. He's been summoned to the palace. Fan Xian wanted to finish his noodles, but Mr. Ho couldn't wait any longer. Fan Xian arrived at the palace. He ran into Lin Ruo. Emperor Qing had summoned them to the palace. He wanted to have a confrontation in front of the palace in order to find Lord Lin's killer. When they entered the room, they found that the crown prince and the second prince were there. They're all here. Let's get this straight in front of you. Then the crown prince said, the public prosecutor's office has examined the body. Lin Kung was killed by a master swordsman. The only person in Kyoto with such skill is the second prince's man, Xia Baiyan. The crown prince is saying that I'm the one who killed Lin Kung. Your Highness is the murderer. She asked Fan Xian. Then the second prince brought Fan Xian in. On the day of Lin Kung's murder, he and Fan Xian met on the street. He didn't have time to send Xia Baiyan out to kill Lin Kung. The procuratorate has confirmed it. Lin Kung died at 4 o'clock. If that's the case, Xia Baiyan wouldn't have had time to get out of town to kill him. There is another possibility. The crown prince says he's working with Fan Xian. They're working together to assassinate Ling Gu. They're still trying to prove to each other that they didn't have a chance to kill. Why would I kill Fan Xian? Why kill Lin Kung? Lin Kung planned the assassination at Oxley Street. Fan Xian had a grudge against him. Your Highness, I didn't know that. The two princes are fighting. Fan Xian is caught in the middle. He's in a difficult position. While they were arguing, Emperor Qing walked in. But he didn't favor anyone. He asked Lin Ruofu what he wanted. Lin Ruofu put the blame on Chen Pingping. The public prosecutor's office is responsible for supervising Kyoto. In days after Lin Kung's murder, the court has not found the murderer. Chen Pingping is not a man of honor. He's not doing his job well. He thinks it's a failure on the part of the procuratorate. Then Emperor Qing looked at Fan Xian. You're comfortable standing there. Your Majesty, I need to kneel. Emperor Qing then ordered Chen Pingping to enter the palace. As soon as he entered the palace, Emperor Qing made a show of blaming him for not doing his job properly. But Chen Pingping told him he had found Ling Gu's murderer. He was one of the 4 great masters, the 4 swords. This sounds a bit ridiculous. Everyone realized. Emperor Qing and Chen Pingping made up the whole thing. It's just to find a suitable reason to attack Northern Qi. Lin Ruofu saw her son murdered, but it became a reason for Qing to send troops. There was nothing he could do about it. He understood the purpose of Emperor Qing's duo's cooperation. He had no choice but to kneel down. He asked Emperor Qing to send troops to Northern Qi to seek justice for his son, Lin Gong. Emperor Qing saw that the time was right. He agreed to do so. I will mobilize the whole country to fight against the wrongdoers. When this is over, Lin Ruofu told Fan Xian he didn't believe it was the Siga sword that killed Lin Kung. It's just a reason for Qing to attack Northern Qi. Although he is a powerful man, but in front of the country's interests. He's nothing in front of the country's interests. He even suspected that Lin Gong's death was caused by the palace. Li Ruofu quickly got over his sadness. He reminded Fan Xian, don't trust Chen Pingping. Stay as far away from him as possible. What kind of man is he? He's known for his resourcefulness and ruthlessness. No one can see through him. What's it like to have 2 godfathers? Chen Pingping said sarcastically, while I was away, you picked Fan to be in the capital and they negotiated a good marriage. What management? Fan replied, this is a chance to take back the inner treasure. Both of them are the most powerful men in Qing. Chen Pingping told me to be mean. Fan Xian's marriage must be cancelled. The inner treasury is a royal layoff. If Fan Xian takes over, there will be countless eyes on him. This will put him in danger. But you're asking him a question. If he's worried about Fan Xian's safety, why would you let him be the captain of the academy? I want him to succeed at the academy. The inner treasure and the academy are both extremely important. A fan said, wouldn't it be better to let your son be a rich man? The 2 godfathers have different philosophies. They couldn't come to an agreement, so they parted on bad terms. On the other hand, Lin Xiang and the princess also had a disagreement. The princess is used to treating people as if they were human beings. Seeing Lin Ruofu's angry attitude, he didn't care. Instead, he said it again. She didn't want to marry her off to Fan Xian. Is it one her you don't want to let go of? Or the book of the inner treasury? How dare you think that of me? You Rue, we know each other inside and out. Don't pretend to be so miserable. Lin Ruofu knows he can't let go of the inner treasury ruling, but he's no longer going to stand in the way. Lin Wan'er has been sick since she was a child. He only wants Lin Wan'er to live a safe life in the future. A few palace maids accidentally overheard their conversation. After Lin Ruofu left, the princess ordered her men to kill them all. Kill them all. Address them. At this time, Fan Xian didn't know his marriage to Lin Wan'er. There are so many complicated relationships involved. He just wanted to spend his life with his beloved chicken legs. But when Lin Wanair asked him if he killed her, Fan Xian hesitated. He promised not to lie to Lin Wanair. But even though he didn't kill Lin Kong, but it was Wu Zhu who did it to clear the way for him. After agonizing, Fan Xian didn't admit it. Lin Gong, I didn't kill him. Lin Wanair dropped the dagger with a sense of relief. That was the answer he was waiting for. Then she fell to the ground. She fell into Fan Xian's arms. After learning of Lin Gong's murder, he was afraid it had something to do with Fan Xian. Fan Xian told him, if he was the murderer, he would kill him with that sword, to avenge Lin Kong's death. That's for me. If it's really you, I can't bear it. I have to go with my second brother. But how could Lin Wanair have the heart to kill her? In the face of this cruel reality, Fan Xian felt even more guilty. After calming Lin Wanair down, Fan Xian sent her home to rest. She went to Zijing's grave alone. Rua followed her. He knew Fan Xian was in a bad mood, but he knew that if he told Lin Meng, it would do him more harm than good. Sometimes it's for his own good to hide things. So you won't hide anything from me? Of course not. But you just said that. I'm not marrying you. Why would I hide anything from you? After hearing what Ruoruo said, Fan Xian felt better. At night, Wu Zhu found Fan Xian. Fan Xian told Wu Zhu what happened during the day. He didn't understand why Chen Pingping thought so highly of him. He told him it was because of his mother. When he asked what his mother was like, Wu Zhu began to babble a bit. He was a guide and a betrayer. He is the Nuwa who mended the heaven. Wu Zhu recalled during the year Chen Pingping's bloodshed in Kyoto for Fan Xian's mother. Under the stimulation of his brain, he suddenly remembers now. He'll be too visible. So he's planning to go out in the name of the Green Festival. He's going to meet up with a few people and head out of town. Then we'd look for the key. The next day, the three Fan siblings set out early. When they arrived at the city gate, Ling Wanair was together every day. Yulingo had to make room. The sound of a carriage came from outside in the carriage. They soon arrived at a lake outside the city. Watching Fan Xian and his men chasing and playing around, she also felt more guilty. Last night, Lin Ruofu took advantage of the late night to find Lin Wan while urging him to go trekking. Find an excuse to be alone with Fan Xian. Thought it's best to stay away from everyone and go into the forest alone. Lin Ruofu suspected Fan Xian of Lin Gong's death. He had a hypothesis in mind. If Fan with him, then we can be sure it was him who killed Lin Gong. On a greenfield trip, Lin Wan, who was still hesitant, Ruoruo returned with a wreath. Don't just sit there. I'll take you to pick flowers. Make a wreath for Wanair. Fan Xian saw this. He got up and left with Ruoruo. Ruoruo went to pick flowers to help Fan Xian find the Taiping butterfly. But just after Fan Xian left, the prince arrived at the lake. When he realized Fan Xian was picking flowers, he asked Lin Wanair to take a walk. Fan Ruoruo brought him to the Taiping residence. Fan Xian observed the area. Fan Xian noticed that there wasn't a single weed around the courtyard. That means it's being tended to regularly. Very quiet around the yard. Not even a bird chirping. This makes Fan Xian feel uneasy. But while they were talking, a melon, he called out to the Wu Zhu across the lake. That was a good shot just now. How many slingshots did you use? But Wu Zhu didn't give a damn. Fan Xian followed his plan to sneak into the room. But after searching the bed several times, he couldn't find the key. At that moment, he found it behind the screen. He took out his dagger and approached slowly. He realized that the person sitting there was his relative. And outside, something wrong there was threatened.